There are many sorts of styles that a home designer can pick from the classic country cottage or French provincial, which takes its inspiration from those houses found in the French countryside. How tasteful. Next, we can take a look at another popular style. This is the mid-century modern, as people felt a surge of creativity from post-World War II, and gave us simple forms and natural shapes to give a more homey feel. Now we have the recent king, minimalism, the motto that less is more, and that you can bring something together that is simple yet noble. As all of these millennials try to open up the layout of their home and how each furniture serves a function, not an aesthetic purpose. Art here is truly modern, something that stands alone, colorless and basic, indubitably sublime. What's going on? Do you guys hear that? Oh, great heavens, I think he's back, isn't he? Look out, something's coming. What's up, everybody? It's Venomous Donkey, and today we will be talking about maximalism. Less is more is more. Let's get into it. What maximalism is and why I think it might be the best sort of design. In this video, we will be going over why maximalism could be the knight to slay the dragon that is minimalism. Okay, almost everyone and their mother knows what minimalism is, but in case you live under a rock, let's define it. Basically, the core of minimalism is about intentionality, eliminating distractions, and for all design pieces to serve a purpose. Then what about its opposite, the hero sent to heal the world and bring back a sense of creativity? This is maximalism, and it can be defined as something demands abundance and personality, and mixing of textures and colors and shapes. With that said, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. I see people all over talking about how the world has lost its color since the golden era of the 2010s. This could be true, or it could be how you are perceiving the world. Yes, while the world is becoming more soulless and corporate, and as human beings we all yearn for that feeling of creativity, a sense that we are here for something beyond just a 40-hour slog for 40 years, just to maybe make it that long and possibly retire. If the boomers didn't take all the social security, that is. As I've started to grow up, I was almost brainwashed by this minimalistic ideal. I started to declutter and clear away parts of my life so that I could lock in and do all the things that I need to do, right? That this Gen Z demands we do with our life. Locking in isn't a bad thing. I just think that maybe it is being approached in the wrong sort of setup. Maybe you don't need to lock in for 6 months or do a week-long dopamine detox, which for some people could be very useful. Maybe you just need to let your inner kid shine through, or pieces of you that you keep locked away. You don't need to declutter them. At some point, maybe this minimalism just makes you feel like you're in control and showing it to the man. Well, I don't think so. I mean, look at it like this. It's like a big corporation raided your living room and said you'd be more productive with this bland palette and no self-expression. That's the sort of vibe I'm getting from minimalism. Maximalism is the yin to minimalism's yang. This isn't about overwhelming your space and making it unlivable like some sort of hoarder. I'm not telling you to be a damn loot goblin from an RPG, but you should decorate your room so that you can show through. Not whatever this is. Whatever you like, the art you want to make, plaster that stuff all over your room. For me, in general, I want to get better at art, so I want to start to decorate my room with stuff that I made, like this painting. Yeah, not the best, but it's Lugia and Ho-Oh, so that's a good start, right? I truly want to reach a flow state, and I think that everybody should be yearning for this as well, where in what you dwell physically and mentally are kind of the same. And maximalism is the perfect expression style for this aesthetic. Just don't become a slob. This doesn't have to be Nova Online's room. Try to keep it functional and maybe a little bit cool. Okay, let's get this over. Minimalism does indeed serve a purpose, and I don't think it's like, I don't know, some sort of devil or tyrant. It can be used to highlight certain aspects of a design. It does have a purpose within a select group of people. I just think that select group of people has become saturated. Some of the benefits could be increased clarity, people feeling less stressed about the items they need to organize, and not wanting to spend a lot of time worrying about said organization. It brings a calm mind to people and allows them to focus on tasks that actually matter. It also allows for some people to stop like consuming a bunch of stuff. They don't feel like they need to buy stuff because they have all the things they need, very minimalistic, right? So it does have a purpose, but to me, it's clear that maybe a lot of the people doing this are following some sort of trend, and people are hopping on to it, and I think it's reducing our creativity as a whole. It does have its purpose within an own individual and can be quite artistic, and I'm sure there are people out there who are benefiting from it immensely. But for me, let's get into why maximalism might be the way to go. Maximalism is your personality, right? Like, it should be you showing through. And another way I like to look at life is that you should try to go above and beyond in everything you do. You don't want to just be regular. So another way to think about minimalism is it's sort of a bane, right? It's draining your personality from your life. With maximalism, you're able to substitute the real you into how you decorate. And I think that should be true of almost any aspects of life. A little side tangent here. I don't know about you, but for me, one of the worst things that social media has done as a whole is create carbon copies of people all over the world. From your gym bros or nonchalant demons, and these two are just examples. All these personality tropes are created off of watching the coolest person, right? Or whoever you think is the most interesting person on social media. I'm not saying to not start working out because you should take fitness seriously. I'm just saying you don't need to behave like Sam Sulik or the Trend Twins or your favorite fitness influencer. I think that you just need to do you. Be yourself and screw that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? You get one life, an unknown amount of days. Why waste that trying to put yourself into a box and try to be something you're not? Be a free man, break that box and become what you are. Be who you are. Let yourself shine through in everything you do. Go above and beyond in everything you do. Put cool things that are conversation starters for you around your room. Like for me, I love retro video games and nerdy things like Pokemon or D&D, the whole 9 yards, dude. So I put these things around my space because to a point, each and every one of those things is influenced to who I am. And I'm trying to let my personality shine through, and yes, I'm influenced like I just said, like any other person. But I do try to be my own person with thoughts that are hopefully my own. The best way for you to be able to express yourself is if your room is a mirror of you and allows you to feel like you. So get a little uncomfortable and explore your decorative prowess. Remember the radical 2000s, man, and how cool everything could be? An era that is often romanticized, and I myself fall victim to this, is the early 2000s. God, I mean, just look at how creativity is literally dripping off all of these images. Now take a look at some more modern minimalistic approaches. Hell, even sports teams are losing their spark to big corporations and things of that nature. I mean, everything is starting to feel like a big bad ad. Gotta get those sponsors in though. Find something that you enjoy, the aesthetic that you want to make, and make it yours. Take inspiration, and for me, the 2000s is a great place to look at. I mean, from the games of the time to the technology of the time. I mean, hell, dude, the giant corporations were putting in effort for their ads and content. This life is starting to become devoid of all these colors and innovations, and the world is becoming less and less colorful because we allow it. I mean, we buy up all of these minimalistic modern pieces of crap. I mean, don't you just miss it when it's just Apple doing that and not every tech company? And now it's not even just tech, it's every company that is falling down this path. That is why the world isn't shining and colorful anymore, or at least that's a conclusion that I'm drawing. This is a fact that influences it. We are allowing the colors to fade through the ways that corporations treat us. So take control of what you can do and be productive with your own space. Don't let your home start to feel like a cubicle. That isn't how you need to be productive. You don't have to be some office guy in a little minimalistic cubicle working. For me, some of you could be like that older 2000s brother or sister that I know is in every one of you. Rebel against the norm and make your own identity. Use your space to promote yourself and your creativity. Don't become some sort of shell that I think minimalism supports. This is more about bringing creativity into your life. Don't become some minimalistic corporate shell. you can rage against the machine a little bit, leading us into the conclusion that to achieve something great, you have to be different. I mean, Kobe's work ethic, he was different. Michael Jackson, he had a difficult upbringing. You don't want to be average and the only life you're guaranteed to get. That is what makes humanity so great. All of our uniqueness and differences across culture and time and everything. We are the golden standard for art, for only humans can capture the human experience and put it into art. So take that and apply it to your space. Create art, give your soul purpose, for that is what we are here to do. We give our lives purpose, for as crazy as it is, we are just some souls on a floating rock, all searching for our own meaning. To get closer to your realized soul, you must create. A boring minimalist room does not allow for creativity. It allows for conformity, to become like the rest of everybody else. To be a sheep and follow the leader. To be docile and allow for your essence to be drained from a space as beautiful as where you live. The place you sleep and eat, and where you bring other people to engage with yourself. Your room should be a representation of yourself. It should be something you're proud of to show off and be a part of. Whether your hobbies are like mine or vastly different, find a way to bring out your aesthetic and maximize it. Wink. Be the coolest and best version of yourself and give yourself a cool area to call yours and solely yours. Set up your room and living area like a boss would set up its dwelling, as it is unique and will only exist due to your mind and inspirations. So with that said, say no to being a corporate shell and promote creativity as an alternative to the normal. Be a trendsetter and not a follower. Allow for your experiences and hobbies to shape your mind for the better. Don't fall for minimalism and don't allow it to minimize your life. You only get one life, so don't be average. Be unique, be the most interesting person you can be. Maximize your time here and leave an impact, no matter how small.